All right, let's go for another FSD drive. We are running 13.2.1. There was some doubt on whether this was really FSD version 13 on a previous video. It is indeed version 13. And so here we go. If you can zoom into the screen, you should be able to see this clearly. We're running version 13. We have our address pre-populated into the system. So let's go. Okay. We're parked on the side of the road. And we have FSD. I don't know how to get rid of the little thing at the bottom that says I was watching Netflix's Suits. I'm obviously not watching it right now. I'll figure out a way of hiding it later, but it does interfere with the animations that one sees. Yes, I'm currently watching Season 3, Episode 6 of Suits. I've gotten into it on Netflix. We're into the part where the firm merges with, or a little ways after it, where the law firm of Pearson Hardman merged with a law firm in the UK, and there's a power struggle inside with some betting. It's pretty riveting legal drama. I enjoy legal dramas. The previous legal TV show I really liked was Boston Legal, with William Shatner playing Denny Crane, and James Spader, Alan Shore. We're all flamingos, right? Yeah, I really enjoyed Boston Legal. And now we have Suits. So actually, this is going to be also a good test of the rain performance we've got, because we should see if the camera's occlude and how it works through that problem. And I have not cleaned the lenses since yesterday, so they're going to have a fair bit of road grime starting to build up. One would not have to expect people to clean the camera lenses every single day of their life, but obviously, just like any routine maintenance, you do have to clean the cameras every now and then, or the grime buildup will build up beyond the point of is it reasonable that. But it's seeing pretty clearly. If you're using FSD a lot, sometimes you're carrying around a can of glass cleaner. Get these from Costco. They're not that expensive, but fairly handy. You just squeeze these onto a paper towel and clean your lenses off. All right, we're getting onto the State Route 520 here in Bellevue, headed towards Seattle, and then we should be getting on I-5. That's our fastest route, and then we'll be exiting fairly soon off of that to get to our customer's house. So a fair bit of highway and city driving. All right, here we go. So the cameras are starting to get blocked with some water. And I have not seen the little pop-up saying FSD performance is... Oh, here we go. Self-driving may be degraded, but self-driving is feeling very confident right now in the rain. Okay, it kicked me out of... So I do not have 3 people in the car, so I cannot use the carpool lane. Auto steer is temporarily unavailable. Okay, so I have it selected in the maps that I can't use the carpool lanes. So I was trying to get on them. And as of right now, it won't let me back into FSD. So let's see if that improves here. Okay, left front fender camera blocked or blinded. At least we know now instead of the occluded. All right, perfect. That's actually really good news. I think we had this ability in the previous, but sometimes it would just say, I don't remember if this is the recent build or not. Cameras are occluded, can't use FSD. Well, oh, actually, it went away. So we're back in business. So it might have been rain. Let's just double check our settings here. So use of HOV lanes is not enabled, so it should not be getting into the carpool lanes. But something tells me this is likely because of our left fender camera here, or it should be recognizing this. I do not know the logic that FSD is using to make that determination, but we should not be getting into the carpool lanes unless selected, because, well, I don't meet the criteria at the moment. This is a 3-person carpool lane with no toll enabled. So in some of the carpool lanes in our area, you can use the carpool lanes as a single occupant vehicle, but you'll have to tell the transponder that or you put it in toll mode, and you pay like somewhere between 75 cents and $20 to use the carpool lane as a single occupancy vehicle. This is not one of those lanes. It's 3-person, 24/7 with no times that all participants can use or all occupancies can use the lanes. Okay, so we have not tried to get back onto the carpool lane since the beginning over there. And it's working through the rain problem. At least the cameras aren't getting blocked currently. But I'm kind of noticing it's the in-between rain that's the problem. Hard rain blocks the camera so you can see through the blur, but the fine mist or lighter drizzles, we have various degrees of rain in the Seattle weather, and we have 20 different words for water falling from the sky, right, from the weather reporters. So mild drizzle, hard rain, light drizzle. Welcome to Seattle. So it's sometimes those intermediate levels that there's not enough water streaming past the camera and it just kind of sits there. And I've noticed that's when FSD has problems. And my guess is that part of it is Cortex needs practice. And you get a lot of hard rain practice in other areas, but there's only one market that it rains like this: Seattle. We have a lot of Teslas here, but at the same time you have to also think how many people are actually trying to use FSD in the rain and are connected to Wi-Fi daily for those videos to get back to Cortex. So as an important note to people watching this that have Teslas, when you park your car at night, make sure it is connected to the Wi-Fi and it can has a decent bandwidth to upload those videos to the internet. So you can help out everyone by making sure, or putting in a mesh system for the car, basically so we can get the uploads going, because Cortex needs data. And without millions of miles traveled, this little experiment won't ever take off. I mean, we're getting close. But now with less and less interventions, I can already tell with version 13 right now, this thing is not going to intervene. It's not going to require me to intervene very often compared to the previous versions, and every version is getting better and better and better. So if you're going hundreds of thousands of miles between interventions, and you're going to need as many interventions to get back to Cortex and Dojo that you can possibly get. So it's very, very important that the car have good, clean Wi-Fi. You don't necessarily have to have a gigabit connection. I do 2 gig symmetrical on a fiber, but realistically, over an 8 to 12 hours that your car is parked in front of your home, even if you can upload 10 megabits per second, or 5, 10, 20, it helps out, because it's going to send the multiple 10, 20 gigabytes over a long period of time, that 12-hour window. So you don't necessarily need the world's fastest internet. You just need the car to have a good, clean connection to your Wi-Fi router or your infrastructure. Because when it's in the driveway and there's metal doors, or it's in the garage blocked by the firewalls of the home itself, you sometimes, if you do go to the browser and do a speed test on speedtest.net, and you'll see like, oh geez, this thing doesn't get very good Wi-Fi out here. That's why sometimes your update will take forever. So what I've done is I have my Wi-Fi node in the garage. Eventually I'm going to put one outside, but haven't done it yet. But I get 30, 40 megabits upload consistently outside where the car is. So I think it's good enough for now. I can see on the little data tracker, we move 10-ish gigs a day upload from the car. Maybe more. It doesn't break it down per device, so it's hard to tell right now. Alright, we beautifully exit the freeway. Sometimes it messes up and tries to go take the 45th exit, but I have to do this several times because it's kind of a 1 in 3 attempts. So by the end of next week, we should start seeing how well, between mapping and whatever's driving FSD to determine which lane or how to take those lanes, has improved. But just as a general theme, up until now, we have seen very good confidence from the car. It just feels confident in what it does. It's going from apprentice to journeyman. How about that? Like when you have a plumber or electrician, we do HVAC and electrical. You know, when the young apprentice is starting to bite off things by themselves, they don't need the journeyman to oversee them the whole time. They're just ready to get in that van and start knocking out the calls by themselves. They're going to take their test. Yeah, this is where FSD is. We're to the point where you're going to send the journeyman or the apprentice. You know, you're to that point where it's got the few years of experience in them, and you can just tell that they're now confident. They're not calling you for help anymore. Okay, so we got in the right lane. So here's going to be the challenge with queuing: is FSD is going to want to go all the way to the front, but this is a variable lane road. So you can park on this road at certain times of the day on the right lane, and so that car is legally parked up until 4 p.m., but we don't also want to be a total bag of, whatever, and cut off all the traffic to get to the front. it's a Seattle thing. Because in theory you could do a zipper merge behind the car, but then you kind of snarl traffic. It's easier to tell the car to get it over to the left right now. I don't want to be that guy. If you can see in the mirrors, see how everybody's adhered. They can see the car and they've got to the left lane and nobody's piling up trying to cut ahead here on the right. We're all courteous, kind drivers. I know I've seen a few of the FSD videos online where FSD will just drive right to the front of a left turn queue, kind of hesitated and wanted to go to the left. I presume it's because it may have seen this car here and going, oh, there's something stationary up ahead. Okay, good. We're not going to block the box. Okay. All right, perfect. Oh man, if that was a free Traeger, over to our right there's a little smoker here. It looks like it's a free barbecue. I would totally pick it up. And good job. We're not blocking the box. Well, Tesla tried to hit 500 today, but nope, went up. So it closed at around $11 above yesterday's close. It kind of just went sideways because it was up after hours. It's 476. I think a lot of this is going to have a lot of the increase right now is FSD version 13. There's the regulatory things, but that was kind of priced in the second after the election. The point is that people can see these videos on YouTube and X and go, well, they're close. And that is true. So when Elon goes, well, I think by sometime in 2025 we'll go unsupervised and start running test markets, this is it. Running version 13, you can start doing test markets pretty soon in the South. In dry, clear conditions. I think you could even do it right now, maybe with but I would probably put a minder or like they have in the cars in Las Vegas in the the loops just to start practice runs in a test city. And then as soon as you've deemed it safe, go, okay, we don't need the person watching the cars. We can go to a shepherd. Don't worry, I'll clean my car later. There's like 3 water bottles over there right now. So that was just force of nature. I didn't mean for the camera to catch that. Okay, there's definitely an emphasis on not blocking intersections. I like it. All right, here's what's going to start getting tough. Roundabouts. Okay, that wasn't so bad. All right, I'm just going to go park around the corner here. I find it is a more out of the way location. I've been to this destination before. Over there is a park. People like to park there. Okay, did not like that auto park. The rear camera is totally... The rear camera is blocked from all the rain. Looks like we're going to have to pull out the glass cleaner and it'll immediately get dirty again. Alright, thank you for joining me for another FSD drive. This was version 13.2.1 supervised. Oh, now I get the press and hold for next one. It didn't give me that option earlier today. Alright.